welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another vlog. It is 10 minutes to 10 o'clock. I haven't really done anything today. All I have done is uploaded my YouTube video, got myself ready, scrolled on TikTok for about half an hour. I wanted to be started to get on with some stuff by like 9:30. Start with my day. If I start early on in the day, I'm more likely to become productive and continue the things that I need to do today. But yeah, I thought we could spend a cozy couple of days together. I'm not too sure if it's going to be a couple of days or if it's just going to be 1 or 2 days or just one day. But yeah, I thought we could spend the day together. I'm just going to quickly head downstairs, see what my sister's up to. I think she's decided now to do the washing up, which, sorry, oops. And yeah, later this afternoon, I thought we could have a nice little catch up as well. I also want to maybe start applying for some more apprenticeships, even though I kind of applied for every single apprenticeship that is in my local area or in the surrounding areas. It kind of feels like. I'll give you some tips on what I've been doing to obviously remember which apprenticeships or which jobs you have applied for, especially if it's on multiple websites. I also want to give my room there's some bits on the floor, so I might give my room a little fucking clean. I need to go out and do a bit of we've got some moss on on our roof. We've got moss, as per usual. Loads of people have moss, and the birds flick the moss off and it all lands on the patio, and so I'm going to go and give that a sweep. A little YouTube video going live, well, not a little one, but a vlog going live at 6 p.m. Tonight, which was supposed to go live yesterday, but I just got a bit distracted. I filmed it on Tuesday actually, but because my plan was to film it on Tuesday, edit it after my interview when I got back from my interview yesterday, but that never really happened. I just started browsing the web for random bits, to be honest. So I kind of want to. I'm going to take that downstairs in a minute to pop it next to the Wi-Fi box, just so it uploads a little bit quicker, so I can close my laptop. So we've just done a few of the chores in the kitchen. We've tidied up the kitchen. Charlie was wondering what we wanted to have for lunch today, as we haven't really got much in the fridge. We've got some ham, we've got some cucumber, we've got tomatoes, or a few tomatoes. We've got a few bits like that, and we weren't too sure if we've got wraps left, and Charlie really fancies wraps. So we're going to pop over to the Co-op to go and get some extra little bits. I'm thinking what we might do is sweet chili wraps with some lettuce and cucumber and maybe some mayo or something like that. So we're going to head now to the Co-op. So I'm going to get myself ready, put some socks on, and then we're going to head over. just got back from Co-op. We only picked up 3 things. We got some barbecue chicken slices. Obviously, we needed some more wraps because we're thinking about doing Mum a wrap as well for her lunch, and we've only got 2 left out of ours, so we just picked up some extra. And then we also want some salad leaves. We're really disappointed that we didn't get, or we couldn't find the sweet chili version of these. So we ended up having to buy barbecue, which is a bit of annoying, but hey, it's do make a really nice wrap. So I'm now going to pop all of this away. I can't believe in the last vlog that I just filmed, we also did a little like Tesco haul, Co-op haul. So hopefully we're not repeating ourselves because the next like few weeks is going to be probably going to be like going to the Co-op, getting some bits for lunch, that kind of thing, or getting some bits for dinner. So hopefully you don't find it a bit boring. But anyway, I'm going to quickly make myself and my sister a cup of tea. Charlie's going to quickly put the items away. And I think I'm going to sit outside. I really fancy sitting outside underneath the trees. But yeah, also, guess how much? Guess how much 3 items cost? Well, the expensive item was the chicken, but 6 quid. 6 quid. I can't believe how much it was for 3 items. We did only spend £5, but we went over the budget slightly. At least it isn't like 10 quid for 3 items, I guess, but still that is a lot of money just for 3 items. But anyway, I'm going to quickly make myself a cup of tea and go and sit outside. Okay guys, I have just made myself a cup of tea. I am sitting outside enjoying kind of the shade, enjoying the sun. It's been really, really nice. What I love about living in like kind of like the countryside, I've talked about this before, but pretty much we live in a countryside, but we live in a town, and the town is surrounded by countryside, literally, which so depending on which way you go, you're gonna, if you're coming out of the town, you're going to end up in like country lanes, countryside. There's quite a lot of fields around nearby, and yeah, one stage obviously this would have been even more in the countryside as time's gone on and things like that. Sorry, there's an annoying dog that just keeps barking. I think he's shut up. Oh no. Oh, okay, I'm good. It's not as loud as it was. But obviously as time's gone on and people have moved here and houses have developed and things like that, obviously this town has become less and less countryside. When our grandparents first moved here in the 60s, the house that we're living in, this was all fields, and they remember, I think the first like street to be developed was their street, like in this area, in this side, on this like housing estate. I can't remember if that is what they said, but pretty much they remember all of this being fields, and here when they started to build some of the houses down there, I think they could watch them being built. They were only there for like 10 years. I think they were there for 10 years, because when they moved to Bristol, I think it was in the 70s. It might have been 5 years, and they might have moved earlier than that. How it was nice, and peaceful. Obviously now it is now becoming like a little city kind of. Obviously still countryside,
5, we have lots of like countryside activities, especially like on Christmas Day, Boxing Day. We have all of that, like loads of things like that happen in town, and we have like what you would class as traditional countryside things happening. Because we are, as I said, we are still kind of like in countryside, but it's obviously now it's less and less because obviously houses are developed, but still it is so peaceful. You only really hear nobody talking except right now. Obviously people can hear me talking because I'm talking outside to a camera. Can't hear anything, can you, Charlie? Like, it's always dead quiet. You can sometimes hear the school, which is just over there. But other than that, it's like really, really nice. And yeah.
Good morning, it is now Friday morning. I do not know what happened yesterday, but pretty much what happened, I popped you on charge and then I forgot about you. I'm so sorry. I'm really not that forgetful. Like, I'll put you on charge, leave you on charge for like an hour, and then after an hour I'll come pick you up and I will continue like to vlog with my day. But for some reason yesterday, I think it might have been because of the heat, I was sweltering, I was hot, I was bothered, I think I was also really tired. When the hot weather comes in, this is what I don't like about the hot weather, is I just get really tired really easily, or I just like can't be bothered to do anything. So I spent the rest of the afternoon, I swept up that thing, well, kind of swept up. I gave up in like 5 minutes. Because I should have done it first thing in the morning because it's super hot by the time we just had lunch. I think it got up to like 27 degrees, maybe a bit higher after we had lunch yesterday. And yeah, but anyway, it is a new day. I am just making my bed, but I thought we could have a little catch up and tell you about the plans for the day. So for today, it's going to be a very chilled but productive kind of day. I want to get out by 9:30, 9:40. I want to be at least out, maybe even at Tesco by 10 o'clock. We're going to pick up some bits for salad. We're going to pick up some bits for dinner tonight. We're having a barbecue tonight, which is not my favourite thing. Not going to lie. I found if we have it so many times during the summer, I just get a bit sick of it by like the second, third one. Plus, we also do too much. I find we do too much food to the point where we're stuffed, and there's still quite a lot of food to be ate. Like, I know we could save it, but it's like hot food. I don't really like saving hot food, especially if it's been on the barbecue. Yesterday we actually had a duck stir fry, hoisin duck stir fry, which was absolutely lovely. I really loved it. However, because it was in a bowl, we don't have big enough bowls. Mum and Dad have. They bought these two big bowls, obviously, when we were little, and we've never really got any other new plates and bowls. We're still looking for like the right plates, right bowls. 16 years later, 15 years, 14 years, 13 years later since we did the kitchen back to live. But yeah, the weather right now, it's only 22 degrees. It's really chill. I woke up this morning and I opened out the window, drank my cup of tea. I was still a little bit tired when I first woke up, but but as soon as I open my window, what I like to do in the summer months is open up that window and it just keeps it filling, like to the point where it's just like pretty much taking out. If it goes out any further, it kind of looks like it's a hole in the wall. I'm so ready for the day. I'm just gonna put on some linen trousers, I think maybe a t-shirt, head to Tesco, and then later this afternoon I might pop on these. I wore these yesterday. My dad's. Then my mum borrowed them, and then one year they got mixed up with my washing, and then ever since then I've just used them. I've washed them obviously, multiple before I pop them on, but they're a bit big. They've been stretched. The tie-in thing, I've tied it so. One year I tied it so badly and tightly. It's too tight to undo now. But yeah, just pop these on because these are the only shorts that I've got currently. I've got another pair which are in the wash, but again they get a bit hot and sweaty quite easily. Yeah, wrapping it on. We kind of want to be ready by 9 o'clock so I can start getting on with a few bits. But anyway, I can't wait to spend another day together. We have just got back from Tesco. Well, that's actually a really bad lie. We have been back for about an hour now. We've hung up the washing. We've been to Tesco. I've actually just popped back on shorts, which I was wearing yesterday, like afternoon. I didn't want to go into town, into Tesco with these shorts on because one, as I said, they're a little bit too big for me. But they're perfect for at home because then especially in the hot weather because they're loose, a bit more of a flowy kind of short. They're not sticking to your legs, which I absolutely hate. I hate clothes that stick to you. I hate being sticky. That's something that I hate about the summer. I think it's like my third most hated thing about the summer. Obviously, heat is number one. Sweating is like number two, and then being sticky is like sticky, tired, bothered. Because in the summer, in the hot weather, just imagine how good I get a good sleep. I'm always really, really tired, and sometimes I do feel a bit not sick. I don't know what the right word is. What's that? Like a bit because right now I just feel a bit icky. You know what I mean? I know this doesn't help because this is sugary. So and I was like, could you have a drink? So we popped and got a drink at the meal deal section. Well, we actually got ourselves a wrap. I really fancied since last week a hoisin duck wrap, and I've been really craving one of those for ages really. Because whenever we go to Co-op or Tesco to get a meal deal, because sometimes we do get a cheeky meal deal once in a while. I think we've had more meal deals since my sister's been at college, and we used to get Wednesday off together than we did before because we hardly had meal deals. But I absolutely love a little cheeky meal deal. I think I love it more than a McDonald's, not gonna lie, or like a fast food. It is now. I've been talking to you for ages. I'm now going to Charity. Do you want a cup of tea? I'm going to make myself and my sister a cup of tea. We actually got some grapes and we popped them in the freezer to freeze, so they're all nice and crunchy. Which we might have as like a late afternoon snack, as like a nice cooling, refreshing thing. I'll let you know how that goes. But I'm going to make ourselves a cup of tea. We're doing a cup of tea, just chill out for a bit, and yeah. Guys, it is now 5:30 in the evening. If you can hear background noise like a fan going, that's because I've got a fan going. It is just over there by the window. Trick: if you aim the fan into like facing outside, I think you need to get it really close to the outside. It apparently cools down your room really quickly. It isn't long enough to point right outside, so I've just pointed it facing my face. I'm sorry, but it's not, it is doing something. It is kind of cooling me down a little bit. But it's like, it's a really, I've had this fan for so long. I think I might get myself a new one. I've seen on TikTok Shop this really like AC handheld fan on TikTok, which I'm thinking of purchasing because this room, because okay, so I think we're south facing. I think we've got a south facing garden. So the sun is always in our garden, especially around this time of day, and it gets super hot in this room. It is boiling to the point where it's just, sometimes it can be a little bit uh, unbearable. I think our second summer here, it was to the point where it was too hot during sitting during the day. I had to go and sit in my sister's bedroom. My sister's bedroom is one of the coolest bedrooms in the house because obviously the sun doesn't get to her room. I think not until like either first thing in the morning or second thing like in the evening, like towards the end of the evening. We're gonna have a barbecue today, but due to the heat, it's not, there's two reasons. It's not really safe. Plus, we don't really want to be sitting outside and getting even hotter because obviously the fire and smoke and stuff will, the barbecue itself will be like boiling, cook food. So it is really hot. I've just but I was looking on the BBC weather app all day today. I've been doing it for the last like week and a bit, for trying to find out when the heat is like slowly coming down. When are we getting like 19, 18 degrees? Like every single day I see it either staying at like 30, 32 degrees and go and or like 32, 27, 28 degrees. I'm like, ugh. August is one of those months where it's just really cool. It's cool, but also hot days. Like we have a few hot days, but the majority of it's cool. Maybe a bit of rain. I would love if it at least rained. We've actually.
You tell me you're scared